Hi everyone, I'm back, and so is Pub Encounter, unfortunately. Last time we were left on a bit of a cliffhanger with Fedora Man appearing creepily at our house, so let's find out where this is going. Chapter 7. Separate paths. That's a good start. This music. I don't really know how to deal with it, so I'm just gonna get into it. Shiori. When I turned around, it wasn't just Chiro, but his younger brother. Okay, Chiro. Sorry, you sound so much like Soichiro. He seemed somehow different than he was last time we met. He seemed impatient, angry. Did you give Soichiro my letter? Huh? The letter? Don't tell me you forgot after I begged you like that. A dark light shone in his eyes. This is really bad. I won't let my brother abandon me now. Abandon you? What are you talking about? Soichiro would never. Did you say something to him? Huh? That's it. That must be it. I can't believe he'd abandon me like this now of all times. Not after he supported me all these years. So what the hell did you say to him? I don't know, Fedora Man. I just don't know. What are you after, not giving him my letter and then seducing him? Is it money? Kichiro slowly stepped closer to me, a frightening expression on his face. I did give him the letter. I'm not trying to do anything to him. Stop with the pretense. Money is necessary. If I had money, I wouldn't be in this position. Exclamation mark! Not trying to hide his irritation, Kichiro grabbed forcefully onto my shoulder. Let go of me! If you really gave him the letter, why is he still ignoring me? Why is he trying to take my future away from me? I shrank back, a furious voice. Memories of being attacked in the park revived in my head. This time, Soichiro wasn't here to save me. I was on my own. Stop! Get off! But then he was, so it's all okay. What do you think you're doing? Suddenly, Kichiro's hand was forcibly torn away from me. In front of my eyes was the strong back of my protector. Nice. Kichiro, what is the meaning of this? I wasn't doing anything, I was just randomly assaulting your would-be girlfriend outside our house. Nothing wrong with that. Wait. Stop blaming everyone else. What on earth did Shiori ever do to you? Soichiro. With trembling hands, I grasped onto the hem of Soichiro's clothes. Shiori. The moment I heard that voice, my shoulders sank in relief. Shivers spread throughout my body. What kind of shivers? Soichiro gently placed an arm around my shoulders. Don't involve her in our issues anymore. Anymore should be 2 words. I didn't do anything wrong. If she'd done like I asked and given me the letter, she did, and I got your letter. But then why? We'll talk about this later. Trying to avoid me again. Ha, you never change. I'm not avoiding anything. It's simply more important to me now that you leave Shiori alone. I'm sure you have at least that much discretion as well. Fine, I'll leave for today, but just go. Ooh. I listened to the sound of retreating footsteps. The armor on my shoulders tightened. I'm so sorry, Shiori. It's all because of me that you had to go through that. Soichiro, The fear of being attacked had been revived full force inside of me and wouldn't ease. I couldn't even bear to look at Soichiro in the eyes. Oh! His face looked so much like Kichiro's, the man who just grabbed my shoulder. I'm kind of upset that they don't have a sprite for Kichiro. Like, they could just have that with a hat on, judging from the descriptions we've been given. But anyway, I instantly pushed my way free from his arm. Are you scared of me? There was no reason I should feel that way. Please be honest with me. Do I scare you? It's so strange. I know you'd never do anything like that to me, and yet... Shiori. Soichiro wrapped me in a tight embrace. Just look at me. The real me, not anyone else. Soichiro? My gaze met with a pair of concerned eyes. I could see my own similar expression reflected inside. Oh no. Okay. This is awkward. Passionate lips covered me own! This fervent kiss was obviously different from the last one. After what happened in the last time, I'm pretty sure Shiori is secretly a pirate. At the mercy of the intense sensations, everything else gradually slipped far away from my mind. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes. I finally managed to get out that single word among heaving breaths. Soichiro's kind voice echoed in gentle whispers against my ear. I would never do anything to hurt you, so please don't be afraid of me. I don't think I can bear it, seeing you look at me like that. Soichiro! I wrapped Soichiro in a tight hug, my hands finally no longer shaking. Soichiro soothingly stroked my back, as if comforting a child. If someone's freaked out by you, even if it's not your fault, don't just fucking kiss them. What the fuck? But anyway, let's continue. It's alright, there's nothing to be afraid of. I'm here now. Oh, okay. I stayed like that for a while, being calmed by Soichiro's embrace. Once I'd finally calmed down, I suddenly felt embarrassed and stepped away. I'm alright now. I'm sorry for freaking out like that. You did nothing wrong. I'm the one who should apologise for causing you all this pain. Soichiro! Denied what? That he's causing you pain? I'm gonna deny it though, because this obviously seems like the kind of character she is. That isn't true! You're too kind. But I know it's true. Everything my presence has done to you. I'm truly sorry. Why? Sorry? Why did you come? Mamoru told me he'd passed you on your way home. He told me he'd seen Kichiro looking really upset and that something might have happened. I had a bad feeling. Sadly, my intuition about such things is often right. So you just came running out here, still dressed like that? This is how he normally dresses. Why is this any different? How could I take the time to change knowing you could be in danger? I'm really sorry about all this. It's fine. Everyone encouraged me to come. So, what about Odear? I'm having Mr. Sonada watch over things. Minoru. The chimes in Odear jingled as I walked in. Hi, Soichiro. Hi, Shiori. Please, come have a seat. What's with that sweater vest? I don't know if I can get behind that. It was the following afternoon, and I'd come to Odear while it was still light outside. I accepted Soichiro's offer and took a seat at the counter. There was a stool's width of distance between us. Why are you sitting over there? Oh, well, somehow embarrassed, I couldn't get the words out. Probably because of the kiss we'd shared. I'd even had dreams about Soichiro. Right. Cough unrelated to what's happening, but it might as well be. And now, I wanted to touch him again. You look a little flushed. Have you caught a cold? No, I'm fine. I just want your dick! You may just not have noticed it yet. With that, Soichiro brought his hand to my forehead. My heart sped up at the shrinking distance between us. You don't seem to have a fever, but... Shiori? Yes? Your face really is quite red. Don't worry about me. Basically, my only redeeming quality is my good health. What the fuck? That's a really bad self-put-down. I'm sure that's not the only quality you possess. As Soichiro looked at me with such a kindly, beaming smile, I couldn't say a word. This was embarrassing. Yeah, it is. I'm sorry, I'm annoying you. Were you doing it on purpose? You just have the cutest reactions, I couldn't help it. Plus, I'm a little anxious at the moment. Anxious? Why? The reason I asked you to come here today was to talk to you about Kichiro. Kichiro? Do we have to repeat everyone's name after we mention them in a conversation? It would save a lot of time if we just didn't. Would you mind listening to me, talking about him? I averted my gaze and stared at the countertop. I wondered what kind of scenes were being reflected in those eyes staring off at a memory. Yes, I'd be happy to. I want to know more about him. Kichiro and I, we used to be very close. He was a lot younger than me and I just adored him. He was practically always at my side. But how can I put this? I found a crucial difference between the two of us. What kind of difference? For as long as I can remember, I've been more skilled at things than the average person. Poor you. It sounds silly to talk about myself that way, but I was fairly good at most everything I tried. Almost! Because of that, I never stuck to one thing for very long. No matter what I tried, no sooner did I start to enjoy it than I'd already mastered it. When I realised that about myself, I started to feel that life was very boring. Soichiro's had a very hard life. And so I became horribly jealous of my brother, of Kichiro. He had a lot of things that I didn't, like a fedora. He was always bad at everything, and that was also why it was fun for him. Everything was fun for him. I can't tell you how often I felt envious watching him continue to improve at something. Kichiro started working with flowers on a mere whim, unlike myself, who had been studying flower arranging since I was young. You did flower arranging too? It was small, but my family had run a flower arranging school for generations. Thus, it was easy enough to get recognition, and my parents were pleased as well. I just followed the rules and put the flowers together half-heartedly. But Kichiro was different. His arrangements had a magic to them. You could see his own heart and soul in every piece. Whereas mine were decently presentable, his had the power to move people's hearts. I quit flower arranging, and I made myself a vow. From that point on, I would spend my life supporting Kichiro's talent. It was because of his turbulent emotions that he was able to make such moving arrangements. I vowed to use all of my many skills to make up for Kichiro's shortcomings. So does that mean you've been living your life all this time for your brother's sake? Yes, exactly. I've lived for the sake of making him a successful flower arranger. Wow. Alright. At some point, seeing his dream come true became my dream as well. So whenever I heard he was struggling financially, I never hesitated to support him. I was under the illusion that I was helping him in that way. Illusion? I remember what you said about his flower arrangement that day. That piece was about Kichiro and myself. It was you and Kichiro? What do you mean? All this time I've been trying to protect him. Rather, if it hadn't been for me, his talent would never have been achieved. His talent never would have achieved this level of success. Weird sentence. But now I'm at a crossroads. I have to decide whether to continue keeping him under my protection, or whether to let him go and let him aim for a higher world. It was you that made me realize that, Shiori. Me? Your words were what made me start to think and gave me the courage to walk a different path. Soichiro! It's scary. I've spent many years living an empty life. Without Kichiro as my reason for living, I don't know how to live my life anymore. But Soichiro paused and looked back at me. His eyes, filled with loving tenderness, pierced right through me. My heart raced. I want to try living along someone else's side now. Not as a support from the shadows, but as a mutual partner under the sun's light. Soichiro, do you mean? I couldn't finish my sentence aloud. Soichiro just smiled peacefully and gently squeezed my hand. The warmth of his body spread within me. Surely he felt the same way I did. To that end, I have no choice but to separate myself from Kichiro. To separate? Don't put it like that. You guys are still brothers after all. I suppose so. Well then, put a little distance between us at least. Please talk to her and make up. I intend to. I wonder. You're so smart and kind. What do you mean? I feel like once you know your words might make someone angry, you tend not to say anything. I can't deny the truth of that. I knew it. Somehow finding our conversation amusing, both of us broke out in smiles. He'd be okay. I was sure Soichiro would be able to fight and then make things right again. I'm sure that if you tell him how you feel, he'll understand. So don't be afraid. Go have it out with him. I'll be rooting for you. After I finished, I felt as though I might have phrased things a little strangely. Upon hearing my words, another amused smile crossed Soichiro's lips. You're very strong, Shiori. Where did that come from? I'm not strong at all. You're the one who's strong. You've helped me so many times. No, you're the one who is always helping me. Soichiro! Let's not talk about this anymore. It's a beautiful day. Why don't we go outside? Huh? I need to stock my wines anyway. You said before you wanted to come along sometime. You remembered? I have a good memory. I am a bartender, you know. What's that supposed to mean? That he's a bartender? It's a necessary skill. I have to be able to remember my customers' favourite drinks. Then you probably remember exactly how to make me happy too. I do. As for you. At that point, he cut off his sentence and entwined our hands together. Oh. Whenever I take your hand like this, you blush and then make the happiest face. You really don't have to spell it out for me like that. I quickly blushed, just as Soichiro said. Let's get revenge! Although I'm kind of worried as to what form this revenge will take. Slightly frustrated, I put my forehead onto Soichiro's shoulder. It makes you happy too, doesn't it, when I get close to you like this? How did you know? It's obvious enough to me. I've been watching you all this time. How could I claim to like you and not notice even that much? Even the fact that when you say things like that, I feel even happier one by one. That sounds weird, but okay. Does that make you happy? I doubt there's anyone whom it wouldn't. As he flirtatiously replied, Soichiro stood up from his chair. All of a sudden, the loud jangling of the door chimes rang across the bar. The door had been violently flung open. Soichiro! Oh, it's the Soichiro porn music again. Soichiro! Soichiro marched in with angry steps. The pleasant atmosphere was destroyed, replaced by a blanket of tension over the bar. While I'm out there practically struggling for my life, and you're in here doing what? I can't believe the depths of your betrayal! In the same instance. I'm not doing well today, sorry. Dozens of emotions crossed Soichiro's face. Anger, sadness, regret. Glaring at Soichiro, he spat out his feelings of hurt and pain. Why are you trying to get in my way now after all this time? Get in your way? I know how Shiori feels about you, and I know it must feel good having such a beautiful girl care about you. But is that really reason enough to abandon your brother after everything we've had together? Hoes before bros. You always said it was your dream too, didn't you? To see our parents' work and legacy passed on down through me. To see me recognised and respected as an artist. And yet, that's precisely why I'm doing this. It has nothing to do with Shiori. What do you mean? An oppressive silence set in. Soichiro was obviously waiting for Soichiro's answer, but Soichiro showed no sign of opening his mouth to reply. Why won't you say anything? If there's some reason you can give to make me understand, please tell me. Is there a reason you ripped my lifelong dream out from under me? Soichiro, please tell him. If you don't, neither of you will ever be able to move forward. No, if you guys don't hash this out right here and now, you'll never move another single step. I suppose you're right. We have to keep going forward. No matter how painful it is, we must walk forward down our paths. Soichiro, finally resolved to act, cast a smile my way. It must have been so hard for him, I imagine, to push away his lifelong brother and friend. Soichiro, no matter what you say, I won't be giving you any more money. I'm not saying that to be mean, I'm simply being honest. It's time. Time? It's time. It's time. Now it is the time to abandon. Now is the time to abandon me. I have never even once intended to abandon you. If that's true, Soichiro never finished his sentence, or rather he was unable to. Without glancing away, Soichiro's eyes remained firmly fastened on his brother's face. Residing inside those eyes was a strength that left no room for discussion. I saw your piece. You did? It was a wonderful arrangement, as always. I thought it really embodied the two of us. It was supposed to be an image of the two of us, both looking to the sky. I was so honoured to see that you chose to represent me like that. The way my flowers were looking over yours as they turned to the sky. It was a perfect representation of our relationship. If you understood that, then why wouldn't you give me any more money? In order to keep aiming for the sky, I need your support. You know that better than anyone else, how useless I am at supporting myself. We can't keep living like this. But why not? Why can't I keep aiming for greater heights just as we are? Because under my protection, just like you say, you're not doing nothing more than aiming. That's where the problem lies. You were never meant to be a flower grown in a greenhouse. You were supposed to bloom out in the field, beaten by the wind and rain, but strong and proud. That's precisely why you've been able to create art that touches people's hearts like you do. You've finally got the soil under your roots to blossom by your own strength. If I continue to interfere, you'll never grow any taller than you already have. So you're saying we're pulling away like that for this Pulling away like that, for my sake, I think is what it was trying to say, but I'm pretty sure some of the words were astray in that sentence. Let's continue. I know it may not seem that way to you, but I truly want to see you exposed to the turmoil of the world, to see what kind of feelings, what kind of flowers you'll be able to produce, because I'm the greatest fan you'll ever have. At last, Kichiro's expression changed. We can't continue living our lives while relying on one another. I doubt you're relying on me for anything at all, though. No, in fact, it is I who would be most lost without you. Kichiro looked at Soichiro with an expression belying his confusion. That was the correct reaction. Anyone else would surely feel the same way. It was impossible to imagine the all-talented Soichiro depending on Kichiro for anything. But I've been living my life for the purpose of seeing you be an artist. What are you saying? But you... I don't know how I may look in your eyes. Someone who can do anything, achieve some degree of success in whatever he tries. That may be the person you see me as. Exactly that. Thousands of times I thought, what's the point? Soichiro can do it better. The whole reason I've been able to keep working hard is because I knew you depended on me. The reason I've been able to apply myself to so many things is because I was doing it for you. I would have been the one suffering if it weren't for my poor, helpless brother. That sounds terrible of me, doesn't it? But I'm putting an end to that now. Soichiro's hand gently curled around my hips. Don't bring me into it. Do you mean because she found someone else you need to support more than me? At Kichiro's question, Soichiro pulled me even closer to him. Yes, I want to try living my life for her now. For me? I want to spend the rest of my life not belittling and pitying someone else, but in the kind of relationship where we can mutually support each other. I know that might sound crazy to you. Not really. You're really serious about this? You know better than anyone I'm not the type of person to say such a thing in jest, Soichiro replied, mimicking Kichiro's own phrasing from moments ago. I guess you're right. You'd never make a joke like that with her standing right here. An astonished smile crossed Kichiro's lips. This is the first woman I've ever truly wanted to love with my whole heart. I want to treasure her. Haha, I never thought the day would come I'd hear you say something like that. People can change, you know. Do you think I can change too? Yes, I'm sure of it. The brothers then smiled similar smiles. Thank goodness, finally they could be brothers again. That's so wonderful that you guys finally made up. And it's all thanks to you. Oh no, I didn't do... And it's true. I was interrupted by the sound of door chimes. Oh, cliffhangers. Right. I will, as is tradition, check everything's fine and then continue. Thanks for watching and see you again shortly.